guys, it's Clancy, and today I have another video for you in my college series, which I actually haven't filmed a video in my college series in quite some time, so we are long overdue, people. Here we go. Let us get crack-a-lackin'. And today's video is actually something that is one of my most requested in the series when I first made it. When I was like, what do you guys want to see? A lot of you were like, fitting in and making friends. Oh, it didn't really go down like that, but you know what, whatever. So yeah, I feel like, I really do have a good set of tips for you guys that really can help you, and basically let's get started. Let's not waste any time. Let's hop right to it. The clock is ticking, as they say. No one says that. The very first thing I want to talk about is where you can make friends before I get into the nitty-gritty of how, because you got to be in the right place. You can evolve the tips, but if you don't have the where is correct, then who are you? So the two main places that I think that you make friends in college are through joining clubs, organizations, getting involved in school, and through your classes. Now I want to talk about both of these. So in high school, whenever someone said something about like joining clubs or getting involved, honestly, it was like a really negative connotation, kind of. In college, that's not the case. Getting involved is just the best thing you can do. Not only just to socially, but also for your like resume, for your career, things like that. However, socially, it is so amazing because you're basically forced to talk to a whole bunch of people who have some sort of common goal or interest as you. Because it's what you like. For example, if you join the newspaper club, all these people like to write. I'm assuming you do also. So it's kind of really neat that you are meeting people who have this one common goal for you. And I have a huge tip is that do, a couple clubs. Don't go overboard on clubs though, because you're going to get overwhelmed. But do a couple clubs, one or two that like you love, but then also branch out. Do something that is different, that is not necessarily always what you did. For example, I did badminton intramural when I went to college, and okay, I say that as if I'm not in college anymore. I'm a sophomore, in case you're wondering, but freshman year. And that's obviously I don't do badminton, but it was cool just to kind of branch out. And then the second way that I have made friends is through my classes. Kind of just the person sitting next to you, strike up a conversation. Or the kid in back of you, be like, yo, what up? I mean, you don't necessarily make it that like weird, but it's in classes, it's like you can't think of a bigger excuse of talking to someone because it's just so like generic. Like the teacher passes back papers and you guys are like talking like, what did you get? Like, I can't believe it. Like, I remember in one of my classes I just bonded with everyone over our hatred for this one professor. But that's another story. But yeah, and I still have those friends to this day. And I'm actually really surprised. I was talking to one of my friends and she was telling me how she's like, oh yeah, I don't meet anyone in my classes when I go out. Honestly, I completely disagree 100%. When I go out, like, to the bars or to parties, whatever, we don't really go to parties in my school, it's a bar school, but for you guys, you might have parties. That is the last place that I actually make, like, friends. I can think of only a couple instances, because normally when you're going out, you're just, like, all over the place, and I'm friends with everyone. When I'm out, I make friends with the world. Oh, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna text you tomorrow. We are definitely going out tomorrow. Best friends for life. I wake up and I'm like, who even was that person? And she's probably like, who even was that? So yeah, I don't think going out is where you make your lifelong friends. I think honestly it's through like, not when you're partying it up. Because when you're partying it up, it's just like, however, I do have some instances in my head where I know I've met people first when I went out. However, like, it's kind of like you meet people first when you're out, but then you also, like, talk to them through different organizations and stuff. And also another great way to make friends is just through other friends. You just meet people who know people. You meet a person who knows a person who knows a person, and it's like, yo, we're gonna be biffs. So yeah, now for some tips. Literally, right off the bat, just be super friendly. This is like the time where being overly friendly is totally not a bad thing. And for me to say that because I think overly friendly people can be very, very annoying. But, I'll be the first to say that for the first part of freshman year, I was like overly friendly. I was like, hi, how are you? Like, and I'm still like that to an extent. Like, if someone says hi to me, by all means, I'm like, hi, what's up? In the beginning, you are very like, what is up? Like, oh. Just be super friendly. And another huge thing is that in high school, everyone was pretty segmented by grade. Of course, I had friends in other grades and stuff, but it's like when I was a junior, I looked at freshmen like, oh my gosh, they are babies. I don't even want to look at them, and that's how juniors looked at me when I was a freshman. In college, it's not like that. I remember when I first got to college, whenever I would meet someone who was an upperclassman when I was a freshman, I was like, oh my gosh, like an upperclassman. That's just not how it is. And upperclassmen do not look down on freshmen. Don't be like scared to like say you're a freshman and be like, oh my gosh. No, but honestly, I'm a sophomore, so I'm not even upperclassman, but I know when I meet a freshman, I'm not like, oh my god, freshman, like, I'm so much better than you. No! Instead I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you liking this school? Like, it's not, there's no like barrier in between it, so don't like create barriers in your head, because that's just gonna kind of isolate you. You just need to be open and know every barrier, just knock over and be like, whatever. Also, the first week of school is important. I think I've mentioned this before, but leave your door open. People will stop by, even stop by into other people's doors, into their rooms, just because it helps a lot. And kind of just shake off any shyness, any reserve you have, any fears, just shake them off, okay? This is the time that you just go out and be yourself. And then the other part of this video is fitting in. And I put this as the title because I actually want to bring up the point that there is no such thing as fitting in. I'm telling you, no matter where you go, there is a place for you. And I'm not just saying that. I'm literally not. It's just that at college, there are like so many different types of people that I'm not kidding. I go to a college that is like very, I don't know what you would describe it as. It's like there's like a whole bunch of like stereotypical people. Like everyone dresses the same, everyone kind of is from like the same area, but there's a place for everyone at my college, just because just as humans, everyone is just so diverse and there's just room for everyone. And what I was saying before with like don't put barriers up is don't like think, oh, I can't be friends with this person because this is what they like, or I can't be friends with him because he has different interests. Don't put those barriers up. I have my set group of interests and I know what I like and what I don't like, but I would never judge someone based off of their interests. It's kind of just more how you click with people. And the thing is, you're going to be making friends all throughout college. It's not just freshman year, first week of school, these are my 3 best friends. No, okay, first week of school, I hung out with the most random people who I don't even know anymore, honestly. So you're constantly making friends, and at the same time, you're constantly losing friends. I mean, I hate to be like all bleak, but it's true. It's not necessarily like in a fight or anything. It's just that like you get different classes, especially a lot of friends I met in my classes, you're not seeing them as much anymore, and you kind of have to make an effort to see them, which sometimes I'm really lazy with efforts like that. But no, but like you're going to make good friends, and don't sweat it. I know it's everyone's fear. I think it's a lot of people's fear going into college. Like, imagine I make no friends and I literally, like, stay in every single weekend by myself in my dorm room. But that's not going to happen just because there's so many people. And especially if you're, like, the shy type, just literally shake it off. Taylor Swift, you know, you're really sort of best. Shake it off, okay? Because there's no room for shyness anymore. There just is not. But yeah, so those are my main tips for fitting in and making friends. Fitting in, because really you are golden, and don't ever fit in. Like, just be yourself. Or try to fit in, I mean. Like, fit in, but don't try, you know. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. But I really do hope it helps. And if you have any questions or anything else, you can definitely leave a comment down below, or email me, or tweet me, or ask me a question on Instagram. I don't know. Any way to contact me. Basically, there's like 20 different ways nowadays, so it shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys later. But also reaching out, but instead I'm like, hey, that was just messed up.